lot going on today. Actually doing a few things at the same time. Working on getting that one boxed in. I know that you said the next time you saw me, it would already be boxed in. I'm working on it. What I'm doing is I'm actually using my time. You can hear the compressor going off in the back right now. It's loud. So I've got these wheels here. These are the 4 Crown Victoria wheels. You can see they're rusted up. They're not bad. It's not pitted or anything. It's just got nice surface rust on it. And I'm not going to take a wire brush. I'm just going to sandblast them and then spray some enamel on them. So while I'm working on these, I spray a little bit. The compressor has to recharge because it's a relatively small. It's only 30 gallons. Gets the job done, but you know. So I can shoot a little bit, let the compressor recharge, come back, shoot a little bit. While I'm waiting, instead of just sitting doing nothing, that's when I can work on grinding my plate, fitting it, working on welding in between the compressor recharging. Because this still does not fit in place. I haven't worked on it yet. It's too tall. And it needs to be ground down. The other thing that I've got, these are all the tires. I took the tires off. I know you've already seen it in the background. This is a 1967 short bed F100. Interesting deal with this truck. This is my donor truck. I got this truck for free. The caveat is the chassis and the bed I can't keep. The guy got the truck specifically for the chassis, the short bed chassis and the bed, but he's already got a good front clip, good cab, all that. So this is all mine now for free, and basically I'm doing the work for him. And he's also said that I can have this tailgate because he has a better tailgate. There's no hardware on it, but it's not in bad shape except for this spot right here. And I'll work on that. What I'll do is I'll end up probably cutting this whole area out and putting in new metal for it. And it doesn't have hardware, so getting this tailgate down was kind of interesting. There's the L bracket for it. This was the L bracket that went in here. So that was kind of interesting, getting the tailgate down. That was a chore in and of itself. Just a quick little walk around. As you can see, I've already started taking stuff off of it. The inner fender is better than my inner fender. Mine has got some rust up here. The hinges are completely shot, but I've got my own hinges. This core support looks like it's actually in pretty good shape. A lot of surface rust, but can be easily cleaned up. This right here, just need to straighten that out, and I'll be able to hang my fenders on here. And of course it has a fender. Fender's in the bed of the truck right now, in the bed of my truck. So what I'm doing is I'm pulling this apart. Best part about this whole thing is this 67 grill. I know mine's a 69, but 67 is my favorite year grill. It's not aluminum, unfortunately. It's a steel grill, but nothing in the rule book says I can't sandblast that and repaint or powder coat that. As you can see, my grill's kind of chewed up. So that's what I've got going on. I've covered up the engine compartment, or the engine, so it doesn't get rained on. And I'm working on getting this truck apart. You've already seen me take the other truck apart, so I'm not going to bore you with all of that. I already took off the hood. That bumper is to my truck. This hood's to this truck here. But I get to keep it. I get to keep all of that. I get to keep the whole front clip. I get to keep the cab. Everything inside the cab, all of this stuff, I get to keep. So that's really cool. A lot of spare parts, a lot of sheet metal. Got the Ranger grill, the Ranger console. Mine doesn't have that, so that's pretty exciting. I like that. Same thing as mine, of course. The floor pans are kind of rusted out, so these are in better shape than mine, but I don't think that they're salvageable. But all the lower metal, the cab corners, inside and out, I checked everything. I haven't pulled it off yet, but all that stuff's in good shape. Down below, in the bottom half of the truck, looks like it's in good shape, but as you can see, the door's caved in, the fenders are badly damaged. Yeah, stuff like that I'm gonna have to deal with. I might be able to use part of this fender here for patch panels on mine. The other fender I already know for a fact that I can use for patch panels, so that's great. I'm very happy about that. Just cut out a little section, and I'll get to that, and that's actually coming up relatively soon. Hopefully, I don't know if this is asking too much of this old truck or not. I don't know if you can see in here or not, but these cab mounts look like they're actually in pretty decent shape. And they're spot welded on, so I can drill those off, pull those off, clean them up, and I may be able to reuse them as opposed to having to buy new cab mounts. So that'd be great. That would definitely make me happy. There's no telling, but like I said, I didn't pay anything for the truck. I'm just doing the work for the guy in exchange for the parts. So same thing with this one, this cab corner. This feels solid. So hopefully it is solid. And if not, worst case scenario, it might be solid at least enough to be able to fix. So all the sheet metal here, the rockers, all of it's in good shape. The cab supports underneath. On mine, the cab supports are rusted out on both sides, and that's expensive sheet metal to replace. So I'm not looking forward to having to buy the new sheet metal if I can salvage original sheet metal. As long as it's in good shape, I'll use it. I don't care. So the compressor's full up. I'm going to get to sandblasting these wheels. You can see on my cab corner, or my cab mount here, that's all chewed up. I keep saying cab corner because the cab corners are completely rotted out. So these are going to have to be, all this is going to have to be cut out and replaced. But that other truck has good cab corners, so I'm going to have two cabs. I'll have them set up side by side and I'll start working on them. So let's get to it. Start sandblasting these wheels. Little portable sandblaster. It works well though. I got a new hose for it, and that seems to help a lot. That, and it's completely full now. So, and I also strain the sand. We'll say sandblasting is as equally awesome as it is awful. Sand gets absolutely everywhere, but it does the job. It does it very well. Couple coats of black, couple coats of clear on there. That turned out real nice. Got a nice shine to it. Forgive the dust, but got a nice shine to it. So I didn't sand it or anything like that. I just painted it black and clear. The other ones are still getting worked on. Got a huge pile of parts off the truck now, off the donor. This radiator support, it's got some pretty nasty rust along the bottom. I don't know if I'm going to be able to salvage it or not, but I'm certainly going to try, and hopefully I can get the two parts that I've got, put them together, make one. I don't know. Got the grill off. It'll go on there. That's pretty good. And the other fender. Truck. I have to get back the chassis, the engine, and the bed, but the rest of it's mine. So in here, I don't know, you can see inside there real well or not, but it looks pretty solid in there. A lot of this stuff looks bad on the outside right here, but it looks like it's mostly surface rust. I don't see any holes or heavy flaking, so that's a good sign, but won't know until I get it off and get it in sandblast. But anyway, that's what I've got going on. I ended up working a heck of a lot more in the last couple weeks than I was planning on it. Got that Crown Vic rear end. I probably won't be using that Crown Vic rear end after all. I ended up getting a line on the correct Explorer rear end with the disc brakes, so that's going to be trying to work on the next couple of days. Because the Explorer's already got an axle flip, I don't have to worry about doing an axle flip on it. Just aligning the pinion gear, but we'll get to that when the time comes. And I'm getting these springs off and cleaning this up, probably taking the helper springs out, cleaning the rest of it up, painting it. And so we're going to try to work on next. Try is getting this into a rolling chassis again. Once I get it into a rolling chassis, then I can take it all back apart, clean it all up. When I get into a rolling chassis, just so you know what's going to be happening in the future, I have every intention of sectioning the frame out and making it a short bed. So it'll be the same thing with the bed. I'm going to be sectioning the bed and making it a short bed also, so you'll see that. I started to clean up this side right here, but I'll get all this down to bare metal, get it nice and clean and smooth, and I'll do all that. But that's all happening after the rear end goes on, so that's just a heads up. That's what's coming up in the future, hopefully in the near future. Been working a lot, so I'm making a little bit extra money trying to get these money for the parts. So, all right guys, appreciate you watching.